Hi guys. Welcome back to our channel. Once again we will be talking about more fascinating facts from around the globe, so please sit back and enjoy the video. You would think being the President of America you could have anything you wanted, but unfortunately this is not the case. The US President and Vice President along with all the former presidents and vice presidents are not allowed to drive outside of their own property. This is of course, for security reasons. This situation is often unsatisfactory for many presidents. President Bill Clinton once said that one of the biggest drawbacks of his position is losing his driving privileges. The only places in which presidents are allowed to drive are their own properties or golf courses. Anteaters have no teeth, but they have very long tongues which can be up to 2 feet in length, and is covered in small spiny protrusions and sticky saliva. After their claws have broken open the insect nest they can lap up and eat as many as 35,000 ants and termites each day. Giant anteater can reach 8 feet long and can gallop at over 30 miles per hour, that's 48 kilometers. Their main predators are big cats, like pumas and jaguars. If you sneeze while driving in a car that's traveling at 60 miles per hour, your eyes will be closed for approximately 50 feet, that's about 15.24 meters, and according to one 2014 study by Halfords Autocentres England, drivers who temporarily lose vision due to sneezing are the cause of 2,500 accidents every week in England. The Eskimos have long been very wary about eating polar bear meat, and for very good reason. It's something the early Arctic explorers found out the hard way, because eating the liver of a polar bear can cause vitamin A poisoning known as acute hypervitaminosis A. This results in vomiting, hair loss, bone damage and even death if eaten in one meal. The recommended daily allowance for vitamin A in humans is 0.9 milligrams, and you can get that from eating just 1/10 of a gram of the liver from a well-fed polar bear. The entire liver contains enough vitamin A to kill as many as 52 adults. After 20 years of debate about reliability and concerns, it would seem that smart guns that can hit their target in one shot are not so far away after all. With personalized smart guns, which can be fired only by verified users, biometric guns are unlocked with a fingerprint. A .40 caliber biofire gun which can read the shooter's middle fingerprint, can open a gun in half a second. The founder Kai Klopfer said you pick it up, and it's ready to use. Smart weapons can also shoot micro bullets which automatically move towards the target, so the bullets do not only fly in a straight line but is able to change its trajectory depending on where the target is. This increases the chances of hitting the target. Did you know that spiked dog collars dates all the way back to ancient Greece, who used the neck armor for herding dogs and flock guardians? These sharply spiked collars would help these brave dogs who needed to protect their sheep and cattle from predators like wolves. The purpose of the collar was to protect the dog's throat and carotid arteries. The neck is the most vulnerable part of the dog, and predators know this. The spikes were intended to deter bites to the neck or even injure wolves trying to do so. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered in water, and the oceans hold about 96.5% of all the water on Earth. In a survival situation, if you were to drink seawater, it would rapidly dehydrate you and soon lead to your death. However, it is vastly less harmful to eat frozen seawater. This is because it contains 1/10 the amount of salt as its liquid form, due to the fact that the salt is separated from the water when freezing as it does not fit into the crystalline structure of ice. The Bumble Bee Bat, also known as the Kitty's hog-nosed bat, is not only the world's smallest bat, but it is also the world's smallest mammal. These tiny little creatures weigh just 2 grams, and are 29 to 33 millimeters in length, with a wingspan of around 170 millimeters. Bumblebee bats locate their prey by using echolocation. Their diet consists mainly of insects, and they have 5 known enemies, such as birds, snakes, squirrels, cats, and some humans. In the summer of 2013, due to the extremely warm weather, many nuclear power plants around the world were forced to close down, including ones in Japan, Israel, and Scotland, because of a sudden increase in the population of jellyfish which were clogging up the filters that draw seawater into the power plants in order to cool down their reactors. In 2002, Alfredo Moser, a Brazilian mechanic, invented a new lamp that uses absolutely no electricity. The Moser Lamp is created using a plastic bottle filled with water and the smallest bit of bleach that stops the bottle from turning green with algae, which works through the reflection of natural light, putting out roughly 40 to 60 watts per lamp. These lamps are becoming very popular in many countries, where the electricity is a very expensive commodity, and have already been fitted in over 140,000 homes in the Philippines. But despite the success of his invention, Alfredo Moser has not become rich from it, but has instead a great sense of pride at his invention. Stoats are carnivores that seek food by hunting out in the open and pursuing prey down into their burrows. They eat just about anything they can. When stoats go hunting, they go crazy by spinning, twisting and jumping about, so they can get a rabbit's attention. This helps to hypnotize the rabbit until the stoat gets close enough to launch its attack on the rabbit. In the wild, stoats have a life expectancy of 4 to 5 years, but some individuals have lived up to 10 years in captivity, and predators of stoats include foxes, snakes, birds of prey and wild cats. Scientists are studying the case of a man from Bristol, United Kingdom, who tested positive for COVID 43 times. The 72-year-old man, a driving instructor and musician, who has since recovered from 290 days being positive with SARS-CoV-2. He had spent 10 months with the coronavirus infection, but was eventually treated with a new mixture of antiviral drugs provided by the US company Regeneron, on compassionate grounds. The scientists at the University of Bristol are now studying this case to try and understand how COVID acts and mutates within the human body. The Goliath bird-eating tarantula is the largest spider on the planet. They also have 8 tiny eyes. All tarantulas are venomous, but their bite is no more harmful to humans than a bee sting, but most are quite docile and rarely bite. A tarantula spider has been known to survive for more than 2 years without any food. It can also take them up to 10 years to fully mature, and they can live as long as 15 to 25 years. Believe it or not, in the 9/11 terror attacks on the World Trade Center in New York, more than 90% of the survivors admitted to delaying their evacuation of the buildings in order to save their work, collect their belongings and shut down their computers, visit the bathroom or even change shoes, including phoning their family. Professor Ed Galea, project director at the University of Greenwich, said it is not important to shut down the computer or save documents. We need to train people that when you hear the alarm, you need to get out. Possibly the world's most deadliest caterpillar, the Lunomia obliqua, whose venom can be fatal to humans. Before it grows into a giant silkworm moth, the larval caterpillar stays hidden in the forest, blending in among the trees with its green and brown colors. Its bristle-hollow hairs can puncture the skin of a human and inject a flow of deadly toxins that are stored in sacs at the base of each spine. The venom contains a powerful anti-clotting agent that can lead to severe internal bleeding, that can spread to other organs and eventually the brain, causing death. The good news is most humans would likely need to be stung 20 to 100 times for the dose to be fatal. For years, more and more blind people are starting to use echolocation to find their way around their everyday lives. People like Daniel Kish and Brian Bushway do this by making a clicking sound with their mouths and listening for the reflection of the sound coming back to them, to judge their surroundings. It's the same way a bat finds its prey, like frogs and insects. These people have been doing this for so many years, that they can now ride their bikes on the streets with no problem using this technique. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on to be notified when we next post. Thanks for watching.